What is going on, Panda Gang, man? Here's how to set up your Cronus Zen if you guys are playing on your PlayStation 5, your Xbox, or your PC. So let's go and get started. First thing you want to do is leave your Cronus Zen to the side. Open up your laptop or your PC. You guys can see I'm on my PC. You can also do this from your laptop. Next, you want to go ahead and open up Google Chrome, right? You guys can see I already have multiple Chrome tabs open. So once you open it up, you want to go in the search bar and type this in exactly. You're going to type in Zen Studios and then put in live, all right? You guys can see Zen Studios Live. You're going to go ahead and hit search on that. And you're going to click on this first thing that pops up, all right? And the reason is once you guys are here, we have to go ahead and update our Zen, all right? To do this, everything can be done now from the live Zen Studios. So now you're going to go ahead and plug in your Zen for the first time. Anytime you guys are updating the firmware on the Zen, all you want to do is plug the Zen in right up here at the top, right? When I'm talking about the top of the Zen throughout this video now, this is what I'm going to mean, all right? So if you guys are looking at the Zen facing you, this is the top, right? So the USB-C end goes right here. And then the normal USB side of the cable that you guys can see right here will go into your laptop or your PC, all right? I recommend using the wires that come with the Zen. Sometimes they're not the best, but use the ones that have these black grid locks, all right? So once you guys got it at the top, there's a little blue button on the back, right? So after you guys plug this end in, you want to hold this down for 3 to 5 seconds. And on the Zen screen, it'll say Zen bootloader, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. Let's go ahead and get the Zen. And here we go, right? So you guys can see I'm going to use a longer wire. Again, plug it in at the top. It says Zen, right? Then you're going to flip it over and hold this little blue button on the back for 3 to 5 seconds, all right? Once you do, you want to make sure on your Zen screen, it'll say Zen bootloader, all right? Once it does, you guys want to come down here where it says update firmware, right? Just follow my mouse cursor. You click on that. And you can see mine's already up to date, right? But for some of you guys, it might not be. So if it isn't, all you want to do is just go ahead and hit the update button here, all right? You guys can see mine's already up to date, so it's not going to give me that option, all right? So go ahead and update the firmware. That's going to be step number 1. Once you've done that, just go ahead and hit X on here. And now you can go ahead and unplug the Zen from the top, all right? Next step is going to be adding scripts on our Zen, all right? To do this, you guys can do this from the first link in our description, or if you want the free scripts tier, all you have to do is bring up our YouTube channel. All right, again, just go in the description. It says free scripts tier, but you just want to type in the search bar, Zen right here, Lethal Panda Zen, right? So you're going to put in Lethal Panda Zen, right? So just go ahead and search up our channel name, click on this little logo that pops up, and you guys can click on any one of our videos, and our description always looks the same. So you're going to hit on more here. And you guys are going to see this free scripts download here, all right? So you're just going to go ahead and click on that. And you guys can try out our free scripts, all right? So once you're here, you can just go ahead and sign in. But if you guys want the updated scripts that are going to work much better across all your FPS shooter games, you guys are going to want to click on the first link, okay? That's going to bring you guys over onto our Podia page right here. And then again, I recommend everyone signs up at least for the $30 per month here. This will give you guys access to all the best scripts and the monthly updates that we do to make sure your account stays safe, all right? Now, once you guys have signed up for either the free or the paid, this is what the screen will look like, all right? This is our home page. Once we're here, what we want to do is click on the products tab. And again, if you guys got the free scripts tier, click on that, but I'm going to assume you guys got the better scripts. So we're going to click on the extreme scripts tier here. This is where all of our scripts are going to be. And to download something, let's say you want something like our brand new Snake version 4 script. To download, all we're going to do is right click on this, and you guys can see it just goes right up here in our downloads tab, right? This is why I recommend you guys use Google Chrome, all right? Once that's done, you guys can click back on home, and you can see I already have the Zen Studios opened up, so I'm just going to X everything out. And now you guys can get back to the Zen Studios straight from our Podia page, right? You guys can see right here, you can just click that. So for that reason, I do recommend you guys save this website. So I'm going to copy this, okay? I'm going to open a new tab on Chrome. And I'm going to add this here as a shortcut. So I'm going to do add shortcut. I'm going to paste that URL that I just copied and name it, literally just name it Podia, and then put our channel name. So it's going to be Lethal Panda, all right? So again, put that in, press done. And now you guys can get back here every single time without you having to log in and all that good stuff, all right? So next, open up that Zen Studios. And now when you are adding scripts, right? Whenever you guys are adding scripts, you plug in the Zen at a different spot. You don't plug it in at the top, right? You're going to come in and plug it in on this right-hand side. You guys can see this is how it should look when you're adding scripts. And the other end of the cable, still the same thing, goes into your laptop or your PC. It should be a normal USB or USB-C, all right? So I'm gonna unplug that and I'll show you guys. I'm gonna grab my longer cable again and look at this, right? You guys can see, plug it in on the right-hand side, bang, it says Zen, all right? Once it does, you guys just wanna go ahead and hit connect, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and X out of all these things and you wanna hit connect device right here, all right? As soon as you do, you can see right now my Zen is not being picked up. If that ever happens to you, just unplug it, plug it back in, and you guys can see it shows up right up here. You're going to click, hit connect. All right. Once we're in here, you want to press this little editor thing. You guys will see this blank page. Open up the new script. You press the file icon, go to your downloads, and you can see our Snake version 4. Right click, go ahead and press open. All right. That's how easy it is to open scripts in here. This is what it'll look like. You can see August there. Then you want to press the one right underneath it, device slots. And I'm going to delete anything older I had on the Zen. To do that, you just press the delete icon. Make sure everything's empty. Then you press on My Scripts, Snake version 4. Hit this little send icon. Hit first empty slot. Right? There it is. Once it is there, you're just going to go ahead and hit Program. All right? Once it's there, hit Program Slots. And please make sure you guys are using updated scripts. Right? That's the #1 way to make sure your account stays safe and you guys don't get banned. All right? So here we go. It's going to save up. And then I'll show you guys how to turn on the script. And then we'll talk about the specifics of how to set it up on the PlayStation 5, Xbox, and our PC. All right. So now to go ahead and turn on the script, all you do is press the right side big blue button, right? You guys can see each time I press, it's going to turn on the script. You can see it by that snake logo. If I press it again, it'll just show the Zen screen, right? So now let's go ahead and talk about all the system specifics. Now to set up the Cronus Zen for the PC, when you guys are connecting it, the first thing you want to do is make sure your Cronus Zen is still plugged in on the right hand side just like this, and make sure we're opened up on our Zen Studios Live, all right? Once that is done, you want to come down here and press on this little settings gear, okay? Once we're here, you're going to click on the device settings, and this is super important. You want to make sure your output protocol is set to PlayStation 5, all right? I know you're going to be playing on your PC, but make sure the output protocol here is on PlayStation 5. And again, this doesn't matter if you're using a PS5 controller or your Xbox, all right? It's super important the output's on PS5. Once you guys have done that, next step is going to be to plugging in the top cable on the Zen, all right? So you want to leave the right-hand side cable plugged in still, but here you can just hit X, all right? I'm going to go ahead and grab my other cable. Again, the other end of this cable also goes into your laptop or your PC. So here we go. I'm going to plug it in at the top. Next step is you're going to go ahead and wire up your controller, all right? Now, when you're wiring up the controller, that must go on the bottom left-hand side, just right here in the USB slot, all right? So here's what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and grab my USB cable that's plugged into the side so you guys can see it. You guys can see this is how it should look. Let me go ahead and get you guys a full face cam. You can see this is where your controller is going to be plugged in, right? Bottom left side. And then again, grab the USB-C end of that cable. And all you want to do is plug it into whatever controller you're using. So for me, just a regular PS5 controller. And you should notice the light turns completely blue. And one thing we want to pay attention to is right here at the bottom of the Zen, make sure this LED turns green. You guys can see it's green. That means it's getting power. If it's not green, that means you need new cables down here, all right? So once that is done, you can still run one more test to make sure your controller is actually going to work. And again, same thing, all in the Zen Studios Live. You're going to click on this little search icon right here that says device monitor. Press that little magnifying glass, and you guys are going to notice my PlayStation 5 controller pops up, right? Next thing you want to do, just literally pick it up, hold L2, and hold R2. You can see it shows up on both sides, the left and the right. That's how you know the controller is working, all right? Now, when you guys are going to play whatever game you're playing, always make sure you unplug this right side cable, okay? Unplug that side cable when you're going to play. And also, X out of the Zen Studios Live, all right? So X out of that and then go and play, and this is how it should look when you're playing, all right? Now, what do you do if you guys are using an Xbox controller? Same thing, I'm just going to plug this end into the right-hand side so I can show you guys. 1 second. That thing just went straight to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and now plug in my Xbox controller as well, just to show you guys the steps are the same, right? So you come into Zen Studios, connect your device. My controller is already plugged in, but I'm going to unplug the PS5 one, right? And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys now what the other controller looks like, all right? So I'm going to plug in my Xbox one right here. And please remember, if you're playing on PC, click the settings gear, device settings, make sure it's on PS5 here, all right? So you can see my Xbox controller's on now. And same thing, you want to run it through the same tests. Once it's on, press this little magnifying glass, and we can see it shows up as the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, right? So again, do the same thing. Hold LT, hold RT, and you can see it shows up. And now if you guys are going to play in your games, same thing. Unplug from the right side. Everything's plugged. This is how it should look. And X out of the Zen Studios. Now, to connect the Cronus Zen to your Xbox, the steps are going to be pretty similar. First thing we want to make sure is you have the Zen only plugged in on the right-hand side, and then open up the Zen Studios Live. Once you guys are in the Zen Studios Live, you want to come down to the bottom left side, press this settings and then device settings tab. Next, you guys are going to see this menu where it says Output Protocol here. You want to hit the little drop down menu and select whatever Xbox you're using. So for me, it's going to be 1X/1S. Once you guys have selected that, you're going to go ahead and X on this. And next, you want to go ahead and unplug your Zen from the right-hand side. And next, take your Zen over to your Xbox. First thing we want to do is use this short cable right here. Again, make sure it has a black little grid locks here. And that end is going to go ahead and plug into the top of the Zen just like this. You guys can see from the Xbox to the top of the Zen right up here. And make sure when you guys are doing all this, your Xbox is turned off. There's no power, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this cable in. We can see I have it plugged in. Still, the Xbox is not turned on. Next, you plug in your controller, and that goes on the left-hand side right over here. So here we go. We can see now we got the controller, and make sure the light here turns green. That means it's getting enough power. And now you want to go ahead and manually go ahead and turn on the Xbox. You guys can see me do that now. And again, do not turn on the script or anything on the Cronus Zen yet. Just leave everything as is and don't even power up your controller yet. You want to go ahead and wait about 5 to 10 seconds until your Xbox fully powered up. And then you're going to go ahead and press the little Xbox button to give your controller power. And again, you can see now my light is solid. You can go over to your Zen, turn on your script. And if you guys have a script active, and you can see right now I'm going to hold the LT and the 3 lines button, but nothing's happening on your Zen. That seems to happen with Xbox a lot. All you want to do is hit the reset button on the back. So flip over the Zen and press this little blue button literally just one time. So I'm going to go ahead and press it once. You can see it's going to flash our Zen and reconnect everything. And now you can see the controller is back on. So I'm just going to hold LT and then press the 3 little lines button. Now I can enter the script and use my Xbox. Now, to connect the Cronus Zen on our PlayStation 5, the first step you guys want to make sure you do is make sure while the Zen is still plugged in on the right-hand side, you have the Zen Studios Live to open, all right? Once you have it open, you want to come down here into the settings gear, and you're going to click on this device settings, right? So it's at the bottom left-hand side. You guys can follow my mouse cursor. And the most important setting in here, before you unplug the Zen, take it over to your PS5, make sure on this output protocol, you have it set to PlayStation 5, right? A lot of people mess this up. You're playing on the PS5. Please make sure you have it set to PlayStation 5. Once you do, you guys can go and X this out. And now we're going to go ahead and unplug the Zen from the right-hand side. Once you guys have went ahead and unplugged the Cronus Zen, next step is leave the Cronus Zen to the side, all right? And you want to go ahead and fire up your PlayStation 5 just using a normal PS5, or if you have the DualSense Edge, it's the same process, all right? Wirelessly pair your controller to the PS5. You guys can see that's how mine is paired. Next, you want to log into your profile, all right? And again, remember this whole time, just leave your Zen to the side just for right now, all right? Next thing we want to do is go up here into settings. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this face cam for a second. You're going to click on this settings tab. We want to scroll down to accessories over here. And first thing we want to make sure is you can see I'm using my controller wirelessly. You want to go to controller in general and copy down all these settings that you guys see on my screen, right? The most important one though is right here, communication method, all right? Please make sure you guys have this set to use USB cable. I know a lot of you guys don't do this, but make sure it's on use USB cable. And all the other settings up here look the same. And make sure your controller is also up to date, right? Once that step is done, you have to go ahead and perform the PlayStation button spam bypass step to be able to use your Cronus Zen and your PlayStation 5 controller, right? So you're going to do this step every single time before you turn on a script, all right? So you want to come here into accessories general, hover over turn off accessories. Next, leave your controller to the side. And now you want to go ahead and wire up your controller to your Cronus Zen, all right? To do this, it's simple. You want to plug in your controller on the left-hand side. And please make sure you guys are using data transfer compatible cables, all right? So you guys can see my cable here. I'm going to go ahead, plug it in on the right hand side, right over here. And again, the Zen's not getting any power right now, right? Nothing's plugged in at the top. That's fine. Next, the USB-C end is going to go into your controller. So for me, the normal PS5, all right? If you have the DualSense Edge, it's the same exact step, guys, all right? So this is what it should look like right now, all right? Next, what you want to do is go ahead and get ready to give the Zen power from the top, all right? Now, again, I have these red cables. I recommend you guys get data transfer cables. If you go on Amazon, Anchor is one brand that makes good one. I'll go ahead and show you guys these quickly. Anchor right here, I buy these all the time. And or these red ones, they work great, all right? So next, you're going to get ready to give the Zen power from the top. Again, the other end of this cable is going into your PlayStation 5, right? It doesn't matter if you plug that other end into the front or the back, all right? So once you guys are here, again, do not give the Zen full power just yet. You want to go ahead and pick up your controller. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a little bit bigger here, but please make sure you're hovered over turn off accessories, right? Look at how my PlayStation 5 screen looks. You're hovered over turn off accessories. Now you want to hold down right on the D-pad right here on your controller. So right here, just hold it down. You guys can see. Once you're doing that, you're going to go ahead and get ready to give the Zen power from the top. You can see I'm going to go ahead and plug it in right up here. Make sure on the Zen screen it says Zen. Keep holding right on the D-pad. And pay attention to my PS5 screen. You guys just saw how it flashed different colors. That's how you know you went and done it right. It's going to flash different things. Now you can press circle, use your controller. All right. Now make sure you guys go ahead and now go ahead and turn on the script, right? A lot of people, what they do is they will have a script active. And this is what they do. They'll send me a video and they'll be like, Panda, my PS5 button spam bypass isn't working, right? This is what happens. They'll normally turn on their PlayStation 5. They're like, hey, Panda, I'm doing the button spam bypass right. Okay, so I'll show you guys what they mean when they're doing this, right? They'll hover over turn off accessories. They'll send me a video just like this all the time, dude, right? All the one-on-one tier members, everybody does this. They hold down right on the D-pad. They plug the Zen in from the top. And look, they had a script active, right? Look, it does the button spam. But that does not mean you did it right, right? Because look, I had a script active on the Zen, right? It doesn't say Zen on the Zen screen. So here's how you fix that. All you do, it's simple. You just press right on the D-pad. Make sure it says Zen on the screen. Leave it there for about 5 to 10 seconds minimum. And then kill the power from the top, okay? Once you kill the power, all we want to do is go ahead and turn back on your controller and wirelessly pair it to the PlayStation 5, all right? Once it pairs, just use it for a couple of seconds, like move it around the screen, all that good stuff, right? And then you want to go back into your settings, okay? So I'm going to go ahead. Let me go back into my settings. Scroll down to accessories. Hover over turn off accessories, right? The steps are always the same. And then now I'm going to get ready to give the Zen power from the top. My cable fell to the ground because I have such a long... This cable is so long. Like it has to be about 10 feet because my PlayStation 5 sits on that side. But here we go, right? You can see. Same thing. You got to be holding right on the D-pad. I'm hovered over turned off accessories. And look, I'm going to get ready to give the Zen power from the top. And look what it says on my Zen screen. It says Zen, right? You guys can see. And there you go. Now you've done it correctly. And then give it a couple of seconds. You'll be able to use your controller. And now you can go ahead and turn on your scripts. That's how easy it is, guys.